Good morning. Hopefully you're having an amazing day today. Now, today's video, I'm going to go over very quickly the 5 big mishaps and mistakes, call them fails, that people do when they start a fitness program. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris. I run an online fitness company called Trailblazer Fitness Academy, where I teach people how to keep weight off long-term using sustainable methods so that there's no crazy calorie restriction. There's no there's no workouts that kill you, and there's really nothing that you can't do for the rest of your life, which is the best. So we don't have to do crazy stuff to lose significant amount of weight, which is really, really cool. But what I see so often for people when they join the program or when they start, or a lot of the fear, quite honestly, a lot of the fear that I get from most people before they even go into this is how much fitness and how much harder are they going to have to work in order for them to get the result that they want. And what I find more often than not is it's not how much harder you got to work, it's what you actually have to do that's the best part. But beyond that, this is the 5 failed fitness column things, thoughts that have to take place in order for you to get the results that you want. First fail is that somebody goes from working out 0 times per week to every single day. They're like, I'm going to work out 5 times per week, and that's cool, and it's sexy, and it's awesome, and it requires a lot of willpower and toughness and grit. But the reality is that you're probably not going to sustain that. More importantly, you might be so sore you hate life. And then we're starting to create a poor relationship with fitness, right? Fitness is for fun. It's to make your body feel good. And yeah, you're going to be sore, but you shouldn't hate yourself. You shouldn't be like, oh, it's just like pull yourself into the gym. Fitness should be fun. So to start, what I recommend is you start between 2, 3, probably the sweet spot I find is 3 times per week just to get started. That way you have a day of rest in between, and some days you have 2 days so that you can really rest and recover. And then as you start getting better into fitness, call it 6, 8 weeks down the line, then you can either increase time in the gym or increase it to another day. Either way, though, you're not going to need to work out 7 days per week. Most typically, need is the necessary word there. Want to? Yeah, you could want to work out 7 days per week, but how much do you really need? It's a good question. Okay, and you'll find that along the path for what you want. Next one is that people start training splits on day 1, meaning they're going to do arms one day, chest one day, back one day, legs, abs, shoulders, and just keep cycling through that. And although that's cool, and it's something where, hey, one area is really sore and the other one's really sore and the other one's really sore, the reality is that you're being new, being fresh into fitness, by you just killing one area body part, it's giving you 7 days before you touch it again, which is a long time, and you're just destroying it, right? You're killing it, and you might start getting into this overtraining because, hey, you're doing a lot in just one area. What I recommend you do is you start off with total body workouts, meaning doing chest, shoulders, back, legs the same day, and then doing chest, shoulders, back, legs the following day. But just not killing them, not doing 8 exercises for chest, but doing like 1 to 2 exercises for chest. And then the next, like when we get into that time where we're becoming more efficient, then we can say, okay, maybe this day, what I currently do is I do push, pull, squat, hinge, arm, leg. So I'll do 7 exercises and I'll just do a couple of them. So in a push day, I'll do like a chest press, followed by a lat pull down, followed by like a squat or a leg press. And then I'll do like some bicep curls and some hamstring curls, hitting everything, 4 sets, 10 to 12 repetitions, yada, 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 right? So doing total body movements. That also could be high intensity training. That could be doing squats for 30 seconds, resting for 15 seconds, and doing that multiple times, and then moving on to chest and legs and things like that. Okay, that way you're touching every part of your body, but you're not destroying every part of your body, if that makes sense. Next one, number 3, assessments. Okay, how many people do an assessment, right? An understanding of where they are fitness-wise, like going to the chest press machine and seeing how much weight you can lift for 5 times, like lifting maximal weight for 5 times on a chest press machine, or doing the same thing for shoulder press or leg press or something to figure out where you are. Because then when you're going to the gym, you're just doing guesswork. You're like, okay, I think I can do this much. I think I can do this much. But really, without finding how much you absolutely can move, makes it really challenging. So an assessment, number one, that's number three, I should say. No assessment. So do an assessment. Figure out how fast you can run a mile. If you plan on doing some cardio, which you should. See how much you can chest press and leg press or squat and maybe shoulders, something like that. Finding some different movements that you want to improve upon. That's number three. Number four is never reassessing. So never seeing, is the work that I'm doing yielding the result that I want? So as an example, let's say you're doing chest press and you do, I don't know, the bar to start, or maybe tens on each side, or the chest press seated machine, you're doing 60 pounds. If let's say you do an assessment, you're at 60 pounds for 5 times, and then 2 months from then or 8 weeks from then, you do it again, you're still at the same thing. That can tell you, hey, you need to lift more on chest press. You should have improved in 8 weeks. If you didn't, then we need to address something in your programming. What you're doing with your fitness is not yielding you the result that you want of strength, hypertrophy, power, whatever it might be. Okay, that's number four. Number five, the last one, is not lifting the proper amounts for the result that you want. So as an example, if I were to let me grab a band real fast. Okay, this is a 10-pound or 20-pound band. I forget. Let's say I'm doing shoulder presses with this band. So I'm doing shoulder presses here. Oh, as I smack myself in the ass. That's awesome. Shoulder presses. Boom. And let's say this is hard, but not super challenging. If I was able to do the same weight and do side raises, okay, I'm using all of my shoulder to push the weight up and only using part of my shoulder and a little bit of another part of my shoulder, my trap here, to lift it to the side. Now I'm using more muscles pushing over my head. So I should, in theory, be able to lift more weight overhead than I can lift sideways. I'm using 2 muscles here versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish muscles here. Which one's going to win? This one. So you're not lifting the proper weight for the exercise you're doing. This is like when somebody's doing shoulder presses and then do side raises and then do bicep curls. Those are all varying muscles with all varying strengths, and you're using the same weight for each of them. That's going to cause some problems. Legitimately, it's going to make you weaker. Legitimately. Not like I'm even throwing shade. It will make you weaker if you don't challenge your muscles. So for however many reps you're doing, whether it's 6 reps, 8 reps, 15 reps, whatever, anywhere in between there, it should be somewhere in the range of 7-ish, 8-ish out of 10 difficulty. Okay, so when you ask yourself, how hard was that? It should be like, if you're doing reps or sets of 15, it should be burning really bad. You're like, oh, by the time you get there. But you should still have some in the tank. When you're lifting heavy weight above your head, it should be, oh, I could probably get 2 more in, but I don't need to. That's what it should feel like. Okay, so if you get either beyond that, which is then yielding a different response than what you want, or before that, where you do it, you're doing your presses, and then you're like, all right, I'll rest, I guess. I don't really need to. That's a really clear sign that you have to lift more weight. Otherwise, you will get weaker. Not maybe, not sort of, will. You absolutely will get weaker if you do not do that. Okay. Now, that's all I got for you. Hope you found this valuable. If you did, make sure to like, share, all those sorts of things. Appreciate it, and have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon. Bye.